right now people are locked in and limited for the third time, and I think the first time there was the shock factor, the second time there was the we've got this, we've done this before, and the third time I think it's right, this is just boring. We're all a bit fed up of this, maybe. But I certainly know, through social media this week, I've seen quite a lot of people who are getting quite fed up and frustrated with it, and probably scared, quite rightly. So what would you suggest around setting goals to stay motivated, bearing in mind that there is a limitation, that, we talk about having no limits. Well, actually, we all have quite a lot of limits right now. So what would you suggest around people, if people are in a funk and they've, they're feeling very limited, what do you suggest around motivation?
I think the suggestion at the moment, because things are changing, and so we know that they're going to change again, because this lockdown, it might get more, it might become more strict, but eventually it's also going to end as well. So it is that constant state of change, isn't it? So I think short-term goals are really helpful for people at the moment. One thing that we were talking about in one of the groups last week was setting short-term goals excuse me, that might not be like specifically around the lockdown, but things that they know they want to work on during the lockdown that will have a benefit to them getting through the lockdown as well. So things like daily exercise and reading, and things that are reducing the stress bucket, emptying the stress bucket for them, but they've set those as small goals. But also just taking into consideration that actually people's energy levels are pretty low at the moment. It's that time of year. It's, the just fatigue, lockdown fatigue, I think, to a point as well, is just to be realistic about what you're signing yourself up to. You can set goals, but just be realistic about how much energy, mental, physical energy, that you've got to invest in what you're trying to do. So working at around 75% of what you might normally commit yourself to, so that it is sustainable, that you can feel like you're showing up each day, you are being consistent, disciplined, motivated, it is moving you forward, but it's realistic. So I think last January you might have set your goals in a completely different way, and so this January, maybe just think about the first quarter of, we know January to March we're probably going to be in lockdown. So what now what the parameters are, what can you do within that? Short-term goals that are sustainable within a full lockdown, but also that contribute to you getting through the lockdown. I think that's important at the moment, that actually let's just take a step back, and we might have bigger goals and that bigger vision, but ultimately we need to slow things down a little bit and just look after ourselves. And I think the self-care is really important at the moment.